Alright, I'll holler at y'all. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the original Trucking Gaming channel. I'm your host, Bo, and I will be going through. This is Summerset Isle on the ESO. I do have a few updates on this, so I don't know what you guys will see on my channel as far as ESO goes. I have fell off of it for a little while, but here we are in Somerset, and we're gonna see what. And if you follow me on Twitter, my Twitter name is Dark Elf Assassin. Well, look like somebody had some fun.
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help. You must tell me what brought you to Somerset, after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business. Ominous. No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's Eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing. Queen Irene issued a decree to open the borders of Somerset and allow outsiders to have access to the island. That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures. Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help. While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report. Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Anyone specific, so anyone in specific you want me to talk to regarding the Queen's decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. All Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranul, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log. All Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artists like to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
I know that doesn't sound like a high elf name.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerin for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him, before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
What's the Divine Prosecution?
The Divine Prosecution serves as law-keepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When the rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
Why did well speak out? I guess speak out, and where can I find her?
All Newell complained about it. No.
No.
Raz
Okay.
doesn't want to prejudice your investigation.
What do you mean?
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes? Not Raz. Raz hates the wet stuff.
What does all this have to do with the geyser and those creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. No, that would be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus. Just see what Old Newell, Soxolza, and Ranul have to say about newcomers and the mood in Shimmery.
What do you expect me to learn by talking to these people?
We need to confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
I'll go.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
One thing about Shimmerin I need from her.
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes? Otherwise, this one knows all about the Queen's decree and the initial reaction of the nobles and kin lady.
Okay. What about the kin lady and the nobles?
Kin Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the Kin Lady, as has the new Oldark at the monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point. Of the Queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out. With your help. Queen Irene, her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Somerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
Well, this is a problem.
For some, high elves talk of perfection, but they are a complicated people. Various individuals in Somerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The Kin Lady, for example. Some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
Okay. Well, I got some people to talk to. Let's go talk down this way. Go to these docks. Okay, where's dude?
Go find your own patch of beach.
Oh, this is somebody else.
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly. An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work? I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes. They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells. They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the Kin Lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon. Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
I wonder, is there any new 3 days left on him? There's a bear, frostbane bear. Oh, these are the saber cat, frostbane wolf, frostbane camel. Okay, I had to do that because I have no storage in my house. Actually, I haven't even been. I'm gonna do a episode on what I should do with my house, because I haven't really done anything with my house. Period. So I will be doing updates and letting people know when I will be doing that. So I guess I'll be notifying people on my Twitter on the day and the time I will be doing that. So,
seeking a sip of fine Russifeld red? Prepare for disappointment. Headed to the famed Russifeld winery, traveler. Well then, it seems I'm not the only one who'll be disappointed today. Old Hallimorian's been offed by those wood elves. Won't be any wine tastings for a while, I'd wager. Just what I heard from one of the bailiffs. Apparently, some daffy Bosmer called the Ghost of the Green did it, but no one knows for sure. The investigation's hit a snag. Something about the rule of 3. Superstitious nonsense, if you ask me. Indeed. Until they find a suitable third investigator, the Juris Reeves and Revelators are left to sit on their hands. Nonsense. Why not go lend them a hand? They'll likely just tell you to go jump into the sea, but it can't hurt to ask.
quest log is full. Okay. Let's see. Quest log journal, quests. Let's drop some stuff for now. Let's see. I can drop that. Hold on. Alchemist writ. No. Guess I can drop that. I guess I can drop that too.
Headed to the... Indeed.
Dude made his end to a... I don't know what kind of animal that was. Looks like I got nothing but time to make an all the way out character.
Examiner's Quorum needs 3 members. You both know this.
Not this again.
It's not just
Adventurer that passes by?
And just like that, Oriel provides. Greetings, Caraval. I am Chief Juris Reef Tarnamir of the Divine Prosecution. Or at least I was, in the long ago. I know this is unorthodox, but perhaps you'd be interested in helping us. As you can see, a murder took place here. My protégés, Lorne and Soraville, came to investigate, but I fear they may lack perspective. The particulars of this murder... Forgive me, I'm getting ahead of myself. They need fresh eyes. Yours, I believe. You would take on the duties of the Admiral, the listening eye, an auspicious role. The Admiral serves as the fulcrum, balancing competing theories. They also collect evidence, interview suspects and the like. What do you say? I thank the Divines that you've agreed to help. This murder weighs heavy on all of us. The victim, Halimorian, was not well liked. Many locals may lift a glass to his passing. But the assassin, the Ghost of the Green, that's altogether different. Better to ask Lorne about it. Capturing the ghost was her obsession for a time. The fact that he's returned does not sit well with her. I can say no more. I don't want to prejudice your impressions. The admin should bring a fresh perspective. They're the most gifted investigators I've ever trained. Somerville has keen eyes and solid instincts when it comes to reading people. Good at finding pressure points, you know? As for Lorne, she has a mind like a dwarven puzzle box. For Lorne, logic is an art. She's clinical in her sensibilities, precise. Many of us have come to rely on magical inquiry to solve crimes. She relies on her wits and intuition instead. Of course, this case presents unique challenges. Lorne and Somerville drifted apart shortly after they caught the original Ghost of the Green. It's a complicated matter, and not my story to tell. Suffice it to say, this case cuts deep, and Lorne seems distracted. I hope you can help her keep her wits. Better to ask Lorne about it.
Okay.
Capturing the... As I said, was the Chief Inquisitor for the Divine Prosecution's Hindelatus wing. The division charged with solving doctrinal crimes. Forgive me, it's a mouthful for newcomers, I know. I retired here to Russefeld a few decades ago. Well, I own the land, so in some ways I have even greater authority than I did as Chief Inquisitor. I still enjoy a bit of clout, too. Real leadership doesn't rely on titles, Karam. Not a popular opinion here in Somerset, but true nonetheless. Ha! Fair, I suppose. I may be retired, but I've spent the better part of 3 centuries examining crime scenes and interrogating criminals. When it comes to reading people, I am more than proficient. Let me guess. Thieves' Guild? Or is it Dark Brotherhood? I won't pretend that bringing a criminal into this business sets my heart at ease, but you're no common hood. You're a professional. Who better to investigate a crime than a criminal?
So you'll be joining us. Good. Call me Lorne. No need for flowery titles. We Altmer have too many names already. I'm glad you're here. Outsiders often make the best adminins. A fresh pair of eyes will be essential here. More essential than usual. It's a long and depressing story. One I'm not keen to recount. For now, just know that whoever murdered Halimorian took great pains to make it look like the work of the Ghost of the Green. A killer that Somerville and I apprehended decades ago. The Ghost always left a signature to let us know it was him. He killed each victim with a single wood elf arrow to the heart, then laid a thorn over the body. The thorn is here, but the shot was sloppy, and the arrow is of high elven make. It's odd. I need to examine the body in more detail. Can you do a sweep of the vineyard? If you find anything, blow this whistle. It also might be worth questioning people in town. They'll be more forthcoming with an outsider.
It really is too bad about Halimorian. I told him he shouldn't be so free with his politics. It's a different climate now, after all. You have to watch what you say around people. On the upside, it's good to be rid of a rival vintner. Oh, darling, you're a bit late to the party if that's why you're here. I already submitted my statement to the Revelators, and my alibi is thrice confirmed. To be honest, the only reason I'm still here is to find one of my servant girls. Yes, a charming young wood elf named Farrell. I only recently brought her on. She used to work for the late Halimorian, but there was some kind of incident. I don't know the details. According to my other servant girl, she often came back here to visit the friends she left behind. She'd attend Bosma suppers, midday revels in the grape fields, that sort of thing. I encourage my girls to take time for themselves, within reason. Aren't you a cherry blossom? That would be lovely. Take care, Karen.
Okay. Snooty, but she looks like she could have been something else.
What do you want? The Revelators already questioned me and cut me loose. I just want to be here if something exciting happens. You don't. The Ghost of the Green has returned. Zen's avenging champion. Of course it's exciting. Years ago, but now he's back. Ready to dole out Deepwood justice. New around here, eh? Halimorian was a sap-ass dandy, slapping wood elves with one hand and groping them with the other. The Ghost of the Green just did what the prosecution wouldn't. Good riddance. Murdered? No. Executed. Executed by a righteous hand. Just have a look around, outsider. I'll bet my horns you'll find evidence of misdeeds. This was a long time coming. Hopefully it put these other long-legged prigs on notice.
Okay, he sounds suspect.
Ah, you come to babble with Babblebrook? When came the killers? I had a look. Babblebrook knows what Babblebrook sings. Why can't you make sense of things? A ghost did bring the vintner's end, but even wraiths can have a friend. Don't you see? Death comes in twos. Friends and killers both win and lose. Killers and killed are two. It's true. So near, the source of fear. But Babblebrook babbles too long, it seems. Best make haste, or we'll hear more screams.
Another body. Delightful.
Oh dear. Blood on her hands and blouse. But no slashing wounds. This doesn't fit the pattern. The ghost always kills with a bow. This was spur of the moment. Unexpected. Maybe she fought back.
Why do you insist on puzzling these things over like an femme? You know the death memory ritual. It's a simple...
Enough, Soraville. You know that's forbidden. Admin, look around and see if you can find the source of this blood.
I could use a break.
You found something? So did I. It looks like Fariel was strangled, not stabbed. This blood must be the attacker's. A sickle? Blood on the blade. She must have used it to defend herself. Then the attacker hid it. This blood could be the key. I intend to, yes. I'm a fair hand at alchemy. You'd be surprised how useful it can be in my line of work. I've caught more killers with flasks and alembics than I have with any sword. My husband used to say Sorry. I suppose it's past time I told you. The ghost murdered 17 people before we caught him. His last victim was my husband. Soravil's wife committed suicide when she heard the news. They were having an affair, you see. It was a difficult time. It's fine, I just... Now you see why we needed a neutral party. Enough. Let's get back on task. I'd like you to search Halimorian's villa. It's just southwest of here. He was unpopular. If we can find out why, we might be able to establish motive.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm in a pretty spot. I need to choose something else. What was this? I don't remember this. Like a big old flea. Okay, so this is the building. Okay, where's this dude? Where's this person I'm supposed to be seeing? Whatever you do, don't put the butter back in the refrigerator.
Sorry, I don't mean to be checking up on you. I just think better when I walk. And the blood is still simmering in the alembic. It will be some time before I have the results. Did you find anything of use in Halimorian's villa? The original ghost murder spree started with a high elf farmer who took liberties with his Bosmer laborers. We never published the details of that investigation. It can't be a coincidence. This new ghost must be someone in the know. Someone close. None that I'm keen to share, not yet anyway. For now, let's go with what we know. The Wood Elves have motive. Soraville went down to the cottage east of here to look around. Meet him there, and see if you can shake anything loose.
Assure you, Chief, it would bring me no joy to unleash our revelators on your new home, but I'll have to unless you let us take a look around.
Fine, but just one of you, your partner. Do your work, then leave us in peace.
Run, then. I'll be sure to report your compliance to the Divine Prosecution.
Like we have a choice in the matter. Come, join me for a meal. Meat's fresh enough.
Delightful.
Who are you? Are you with the Divine Prosecution? My husband warned me you might come poking round. Halimorian hated us. He abused our children and tried to drive us off. Of course the High Elves would suspect us. And our son Kellan, he... Never mind, please just go. We don't want any trouble. We just want to live here in peace. You really just want to keep him safe? Well, I'm not supposed to say this, but Kellan has been going on about the ghost of the Green for weeks now. You know boys and their masked heroes. I didn't think there was any harm in it. But now... No, of course not. He's a good boy. I only mean that it could look suspicious because of his interest in those old legends. Besides, didn't the Ghost of the Green run around in a mad hunter's costume? Where would my son get something like that? Yes, I'm sure. Look, you're free to look around. Just try to... We're simple men, we don't have much. Halimorian may have been a cruel bigger, but none of us would ever murder him for it, I swear.
Ozma cuisine is truly revolting. I bought us as much time as I could. I hope you found something useful. A shrine? There's an old shrine to Ifre west of here, the Red Temple. But from what Tarnamir told me, people rarely visit. Filled with wild animals or some such. I only know of one entrance, a cave nearby. Follow me. We should split up. Don't want this little scamp slipping out behind us. I can handle this gap easily. You search the other hall.
What's happening? Am I... The ghost recruited me. Said he needed me. He gave me the costume. Told me to kill as he would. Halamorian hated us. Was going to kill us. I know it. After what he did to Fariel. Fariel is dead. Oh, Divines. You've cursed me, haven't you? I only shot Halamorian, I swear it. Fariel was so kind. I wanted Halamorian to pay. I thought the Ghost of the Green was a hero. I wanted people to see me that way. Never saw his face. He never said his name. I didn't need to know. I read the stories. I believed in him, and he saw something in me. I never...
I was too slow. Damned Mer slipped right past me. Tall for a wood elf, and quick as a spooked hare. So, it really is the chief's son. Wait, what? What do you mean, another ghost of the Green? The journal you showed me, did Kellan kill Halamorian or not? What about the wood elf girl, Fariel? Did he kill her too? Yes. Show her the arrow immediately. Perhaps she can compare Kellan's blood to the blood on Fariel's sickle. At the very least, we'll be able to determine if Kellan killed Fariel. I'll be along as soon as I'm able.
You're back, and not a moment too soon. Do you have something for me? A second ghost. I suspected as much. And he killed this Kellan with that arrow. Another high elf hunting arrow, like the one that killed Halamorian. Kellan had motive. This second ghost provided the costume, the weaponry. But why? So, this isn't about Halamorian. It isn't about the Wood Elves or Altmer prejudiced. It's about me. It's always been about me. I knew it. I knew this was too convenient. I also knew the Mer who killed Fariel couldn't be this Kellan. I just finished experimenting on the blood from Fariel's sickle. It was Altmer blood. This second ghost isn't some Wood Elf zealot. He's a high elf like me. I moved the bodies to Tarnimir's manor. This place has been... What happened here? Oh no. No. Tarnimir? Tarnimir, are you here? Tarnimir? No. I can't. Just give me a moment. This place has been... What happened here? Oh no. No. Tarnamir? Tarnamir, are you here? Tarnamir? No. I can't. You found something? This is a message. Everything in this room. It's all meant to tell us something. What's that on the wall? Elevane is another name for the Helis owl. The Elevanes lay their eggs, then abandon them. We use that word to describe people who are cold-hearted or aloof. And then there's the bodies. Arranged to mimic Mara's cross. This is about love. Intimacy. Or more likely, someone I failed to love. There's only one suspect left. A Mer with means, motive, and deep understanding of the ghost of the Green. No! It can't be! The ghost of the Green ruined Somerville's life, just as he ruined mine. If not for the ghost, Somerville's wife would likely still be alive. I have to know. I'm sorry for what you're about to see. Auriel, forgive me. Stand back, and I'll show you. You already saw how Kellan died. Now, we'll see the others.
What's this? A tiny ghost of a Green? Ha! Run along well before... What have I done?
Kellan definitely killed Halimorian. Now, Fariel.
Who are you?
I'm afraid you've seen too much. You poor thing.
Somerville was observing Kellan when Fariel saw him. She slashed him with her sickle before he overpowered her.
So it is you. Shame on you.
The shame is Lord's, old Mer. Now she'll have your death on her conscience too.
No, Somerville. This is you and you alone.
Give my regards to my loving wife and Lorne's degenerate husband. Lorne. I know you're watching, Lorne. Now that I've broken your spirit and you've broken your vow, come to the place where my wife is buried. There, I will break your body.
I need some air. I'll be outside. Blame me for this. Is it not enough that I lost my husband? Damn him. His wife was buried here. This is where we'll find him. You're sticking by my side. Even after I use that death memory ritual. I appreciate that, Admin. Truly. I suppose I owe you a bit of an explanation. I told you how the ghost of the Green killed my husband. Somerville's wife, my husband's lover, was overcome with grief. I think she truly loved him. As soon as she heard the news, she climbed into the wash tub, opened her wrist, and died. Not for that. For what came after. Somerville wanted us to mend each other's wounds. Perhaps even fall in love and make a life together. I just couldn't. I focused on the work and pushed him away. He grew detached, bitter. Now, I need to stop him. Come, let's put an end to this. Sorville, I know you're here. What do you want from me?
Oh, Lorne, I've already taken so much. Your teacher, your honor, your pride. There's only one thing left for me to take. Your life.
Sorville. Don't worry about me. Go. We can't let Sorville escape again.
The ghost of the Green's final victim. Time to die, Admanen.
Soraville. Is he... He is. It's done then, isn't it? I knew he wouldn't come quietly. In the end, I bear the blame. A killer. Right beside me, and I didn't see it until more lives were lost. I'm glad you were here. I will be. The arrow struck near my collarbone. Soraville was a gifted marksman. Maybe he couldn't see as well through the mask, or it was nerves. Or maybe he didn't really want me dead after all. Just one more question I'll never have answered. One more thing, if you're willing. I'm certain that Soraville never spoke to Kellan's parents, given that this was all his scheme to begin with. They lost their son, and they don't know why. It was you that avenged him. You should tell them that. I just need a moment here alone. Ironic that this came to a head in such a holy place. Maybe I can find some absolution here, or at least some small measure of peace. He did. Perhaps I deserved it. But all those people, an innocent girl, a naive young Mer, a dear friend, they paid the price, while I still live. I don't know if I'll ever make peace with that. You're right, I suppose. I just wish I had been better. A better Jurisreeve, a better wife, a better friend. Maybe I could have prevented all of this. I'm sorry. Thank you for your kind words. I will try to take them to heart. You have my word.
And that was the quick side quest. Well, it wasn't quick at all. Side quest of a murder that took place on the island. And I still haven't done the first quest. And that's what we're on our way to now. We're on our way to do the first quest. We gotta get that one out the way.
He's my son. I deserve to know what's going on.
Really, I haven't even made it to the city yet. That was just a quick glimpse into the side, the countryside. Let's find out where. Oh, well, let's go back over here. There he is.
I am desperate.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend? The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No, no. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known. I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing! Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help. Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
For the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, with only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
The old dog's right! Lock up the newcomers!
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
I'm taking a quick break. Yeah, be able to sit there until I get done. So, yeah, take it easy.
Intermission.
Okay, I'm back. Gotta get my controller and everything, and I will be. Had to get me some cherries.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you people I sent you to talk to? Sequestered. Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but old Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Solza have to say? Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the King Lady condone this behead? Itches. And not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery. Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
You there! I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Sandy, Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall anything. Did you say I wasn't good?
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap. You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on... Aldork Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by King Lady Avanice, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to... The Aldork and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, again with the questions about the newcomers, why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldork has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldork's office, wouldn't you agree? I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with the sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either. Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers. The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics. That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldork and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? A curious pearl. I wonder where the Ordark acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
You've got to the count of 3 to leave. 1... What?
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive over
Thank
there.
the Divines! It's a nightmare! We came to Summerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us, the monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me.
Is that Scoffin?
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
A Daedra. Here? And that's a Scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious. An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open eyes. I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry. The pearl's draining these people.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will come.
I'll deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures. The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. The pearl's draining these people. pearl, you hold off these creatures.
Seriously?
The pearl's draining these people. You hold off these creatures. The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I...
Oh, I got stuck. Come on.
Deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures. The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few... I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Sigic Order. Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset. My inquiries led me... The Sigic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this? An Eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum. The Sigil Island for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here. Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail. That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement And by we, Raz means you. Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Oldar. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door. A Sijik? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Sijiks. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Sijik mage say what the Order was investigating? There was a life-sucking pearl. You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Sijik mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say. Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I will.
Yes? And who might you be? The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with... Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takara to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmery and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
How bold of you. The Neberard dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberard. What can the new Aldarg of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments. You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The kin lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Somerset and the newcomers in mind.
Not much.
Did Landis come out last night?
No, nobody came out last night.
Okay. Can you show him the water leak?
Yeah. Well, I can show you where it happened. No. Look, we were getting water all through here. Like all up under this right here was bubbling up with water. I don't know what happened when I woke up this morning.
Yeah. But it was coming through the floor, or you think it was coming from?
I don't know where it was coming from. We couldn't figure out where it was coming from without ripping up something.
Oh.
But yeah, man, we ran through like plenty of towels and stuff like that, trying to make sure it don't flood the house.
If it happens again, man, we'll let you know. I guess. I don't know if you want to put it in a work order. I don't know what you want to do.
What you do? Stop by there and get it?
I just seen.
Oh. Why you bothering the kids?
Not messing with my eye. I'm waiting.
Huh? What's name was up?
Water's good in here.
It looks like it's draining.
Yeah. You know how
But
AC filter in this?
Man, they never gave us one.
Yeah,
Like they don't rotate out filters. I don't know why.
Who?
Maintenance or
That's supposed to.
or the office.
Yeah.
When we go get our rent, they don't even give us one.
Really?
Yeah, when we pay our rent,
Yeah.
they don't give us no. They don't give us no filter.
Okay, let me go there.
All right. Oh, sorry about that, people, but I was got some maintenance issues at the house, so give me a minute.
Oh, you heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine. You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerin, aren't you? For a Nebarah. You're right, where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome. That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand. I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a by your leave? No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back. Oh, such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Summerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation. Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerin. Grand plans. Unfortunately, not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kinlord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end. That's preposterous. Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Summerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever...
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanations.
Mara, help me. Mara, help me find my son.
Psst. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly. Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she is not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much blood on his hands. The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserin of the Sijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both.
I've heard tell of your devout work at the holy site of Turinan. Divines bless you.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out whether Aldark asked Kin Lady Avanice. Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
You fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world. Come, Nebara! Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Come, Nebara! Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Yagra! Destroy these fools!
Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Come, Nebara! Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Destroy these fools! Come, Nebara! Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the Prince of Bargains. Yagra, destroy these fools!
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldar Tilkalar? Did he escape? I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Oldark. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargain's Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more. You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Right Master Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story. The Right Master leads the Psijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location. One more adjustment and there! You are now attuned. Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Ah, Five Claw. The Kin Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation. Queen Irene will be disappointed that the Kin Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Oldark to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes? The Prince of Bargains. That could only be Clavicus Vial. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Psijic Sage? Raz would like to ask her. The Psijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes? Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Psijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yeah.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Summerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice. What a hateful accusation! Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude. I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the Proxy Queen.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldarch's plot on Summerset. Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sotha Sil warned us about. Sotha Sil, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Summerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate. Indeed, but not until we finish studying the Pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldarch and the source of the pearl's magic. We are the Psijic Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories. While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sotha Sil's study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sotha Sil's amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
Friend of Valseren, I have a proposal for you. Tranquil greetings, Caraval. You will forgive me if I seem awkward. We rarely entertain guests here on Artaeum. I am Caloris. Right Master Ichesis told me a great deal about you. I suspect he has plans for you within the Psijic Order. The Right Master holds you in high regard. That is proof enough of your worthiness. The Psijic Order requires practical wisdom, outside perspective. Unless I miss my guess, you can provide both. You would be a worthy addition to our ranks. Eager to begin? Good. The lesson begins now. The Order has detected a number of irregularities on Tamriel. Small breaches in the fabric of time. I would like you to inform me. The truth is that we have grown old, Caraval. A mixed blessing, I suppose. Long years of seclusion have allowed us to study and learn, but always at the cost of our relationship with the outside world. We need youth, vigor. As your knowledge of the old ways grows, so too will the rewards. For instance, we are prepared to teach you new and powerful spells. As in all things, the best teacher is experience. This matter of the time breaches will act as your exam. Only this. Purge yourself of selfish intent. Membership in the Psijic Order will bring you both prestige and power, but such honors often lead to Wegnithir, the bad change. What you do in the Order's name, you do for others, never yourself. The map will show you the approximate location of each time breach. I apologize. Our visions, while powerful, are not always specific. Make your way to each X on the map, then use the Augur of the Obscure to discover the anomaly's exact location. These time breaches are not visible to mortal eyes. The Augur, however, perceives time and space very differently. Gazing through it will allow you to peer through the veil, to see things both visible and invisible. Precisely. Think of them like bandages, I suppose, or tourniquets. The chrononymics they...
Yes, can I help you? Right. You're the Order's new initiate. I didn't expect you so soon. Things here on Artaeum are normally, you know, snailish. I transcribed our seer's visions onto the map there, and collected these Psijic seals. The Augur, however... I don't. Please don't tell the Lore Master. It tricked me into dismissing the binding charms that keep it here, in the Athenaeum. Then it popped like a bubble and vanished. It escaped before, but never on my watch. Mercifully, yes. I just scried its location. It looks like it reappeared somewhere on the shores of Wasting Coraldale. It didn't take long for some sea elves to scoop it up and squirrel it away. You'll have to steal it back. I am sorry, truly. I'm indebted. You'll definitely need the Augur on your quest. The Lore Master didn't tell you? All right. How to explain it? The Augur is a skull. Sort of. It's really a crystalline entity that resembles a skull. Some think it's from the head of an ancient mage, but I don't believe that for a minute. It's hard to say. Once you have a few conversations with it, you'll see what I mean. Yes, incessantly. I think that's why Lore Master Kelleris made me its caretaker. No one else wants to listen to it. You should know that it lies constantly, unless you ask it a direct question. If you do that, it's compelled to always tell the truth. It will. Stirring up the Augur's power will give you a second sight. The skull sees time differently. Well, it sees practically everything differently, but time most of all. I think it's fascinating. I just wish the little tools. They act as a sort of anchor.
shoring up any wayward spirits or forces in a given place. When
You
Nern
sure
was
tried
still
to bonk
young,
a cock
the
in.
veil was much looser, more unpredictable, you know? So the Aldmer made these. None at all. We've been refining them for thousands of years, remember? Just take one in your hand when you reach a tear, and the seal will do the rest.
Which one could he You there. You're new to Ellen. Worse. An acting troupe. I fear... Well, they don't take... Oh, it's quite simple, really. Toss one in the air and relax your mind.
You can do this, Ashala. You can. Oh, my stomach.
Next.
Well done. Come, talk. No more auditions for today. My, you certainly do have a talent for juggling. One might almost say your hands work like magic. Tell me, why do you wish to join the House of Reveries? A wonderful answer, but it's not very creative, is it? I'd work on that. You'll want something more dramatic if you wish to impress the Grand Maestro. Still, I'd be happy to sponsor you for house membership, if you complete my challenge. When we join the troupe, we abandon our old selves and take an identity reflected in our masks. What unique item suits you, I wonder? A griffin feather? Yes, that would be lovely. Oh, no, only me. Oh, you're no fun. Did I?
Enough, Silery. These mysterious deaths are our business to solve, not yours.
Little busy at the moment? We don't... Doesn't matter. All right, Royal Inspector.
Have to keep a close watch on them.
Quit bothering me, you damn yep. I got enough dung heaped on me from these damn high elves before the bodies started piling up. Now they're eyeing me like some damned rabid dog and badgering me with a bunch of...